Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Julia Royson of BK Royson Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the coaching community, the Book Business Bosses, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. I am super duper excited to have tonight with me authors in the Montgomery, Alabama, and the Alabama surrounding areas. And I guess I'll be the only outsider, but Dr. Vernette Nettles and I are hosting a Montgomery in Montgomery, Alabama, a book festival, and I wanted to do book festival as opposed to book fair because I wanted it to make sure that everybody knew that there were going to be books for all ages. There are going to be adult books there, children's books there, children books for all ages. So come out on Saturday, and I'm going to let Dr. Nettles exactly tell you where to come to, but we're going to be there from 9:30 to 2 p.m. In the beginning is the book festival where we'll be selling books. There'll be these authors will have their books set up for you to be able to purchase. It doesn't matter whether it's cash or credit card. Bring your money, bring the ability to purchase from all the authors and on Saturday. And I want her to make sure and let you know exactly the location. Okay, so Dr. Nettles, let me unmute you first. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, good evening, Miss Julia. How are you? How are you and everybody?
Yeah, everybody's fine. Yay! We're so
Yay!
excited.
We're going
Yay!
to be at the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center, which is actually the Armory Learning Center on Madison Avenue. It's on 1018 Madison Avenue. And if you're familiar with Madison Avenue, it's right next to the farmers market. The farmers market is on one side, Crampton Bowl, and the multiplex is on the other. So we're right there in the middle. Come on in. I think the parking is along the side by the farmers market, and of course, if you can walk a little further, there's parking on the other side of the farmers market where they usually park during the day if you're working at the Gordon Persons building. But there's plenty of parking, plenty of space. It's going to be a beautiful day. Come on out. Come on, come on, come on to the Armory Center.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I know that people are watching going, I'm not in Montgomery. I'm not near Montgomery. Oh, but we can ship books to you. You can purchase books electronically and we can ship books to you. So that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. So if you're in the Montgomery area, please come out and see us on March 5th. Tell somebody, even if you're not in Montgomery, tell somebody. Girl, go down to the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center. There's going to be a book festival there, and there's also going to be a writing expo. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about the writing expo before I turn these authors loose. The writing expo will start at 12 noon, and will be from 12 to 2 will actually be the writing expo. So I know you've always thought about writing a book. You've always thought about, you got notebooks, you got pens, you got little scratch papers, you may have tissue paper, you may have towel paper you've been writing on. Okay, it's now time to get that book together. So if you say, I don't know where to start, I have no idea, that's one of the main reasons why we do these writing workshops, writing expos, is because there's something about being in the room with other people who are either have done or are striving to do what you want to do. It helps you on your journey. It helps bring clarity. It helps bring understanding to what you're doing on this writing process and this writing journey. Be sure as you're coming through with the book festival, even before the writing expo starts at 9:30, registration will begin at 10 o'clock. We'll be ready to go. And be sure and ask the authors, what was your process? How did you do what you do? What was the best part about writing the book? What was the worst part about writing the book? What was the best part about publishing? What's the worst part about publishing? And what is the best part of this journey? How long have you been writing? Ask the multiplicity of questions, because we love to talk about books and we love to talk about what we're writing about. So I am super excited. It's for all and everything everybody's doing, and we're going to be interviewing them one at a time. So I'll be removing others. Uh, Thank you so much. Miss Mary Shekels says, keep up the good work. You will be rewarded. Love Black authors. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your support. So we're going to start one at a time. I'm going to begin. We're going to go to Huntsville first. Let's go to Huntsville. And I'll begin with the Brinkleys first. And unmute yourself. There we go. So good evening to the Brinkleys. How are the Brinkleys doing this evening?
Good
Good
evening. We're
evening.
doing fine.
We're doing fine.
Good, good.
We're so
So
excited.
yay! I'm excited too. I am so excited. So I met Dr. Alfred Brinkley some time ago. I think it had to have been online. I
Yes.
was
Yes.
having an educational summit during 2020. That summer specifically, trying to navigate those waters of going back into virtual learning or even starting virtual learning. So that was the beginning phase of meeting Dr. Brinkley. He was on with the all male panel, and they were
Yes.
really
Yes.
speaking specifically about teaching African American boys. So that's one of his real strong suits and specialties.
Yes.
His first two books really emphasize that. So if you have given birth to an African American boy, be sure and reach out to the Brinkleys. They are educators to their soul. Yes, courageous expectations. He's a retired administrator, empowered within. Yes. So the Brinkleys are all about educating our children, but educating children, period. So please introduce yourselves. Tell us where people can find you on social media, and tell us just a little bit about your background.
Hello, my name is Jessie Brinkley, and this is, of course, my husband, Al Brinkley. And we've been married about 43 years. And we live near Athens, Huntsville, Decatur area. But I taught school for 26 years in Decatur City Schools here in Alabama. And we focus on just caring and loving and want the best for our children. And this is everyone's children, not just my own, all children. Okay.
And it was Frederick Douglass who said that it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And we took that to heart because we know, from experience, once they get to a certain point, you sort of lose them.
Yeah.
So we want to catch them when they're in grade school and try to steer them in the right way.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so how long were you an educator,
I was an
Dr. Brinkley?
educator. I was an educator for 19 years, but I was also an engineer for 19 years. So
Oh, okay.
I retired twice.
Oh
So,
man, we love it. We love it. Thank you,
and now
Erica.
I'm just having a ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just enjoying what we're doing.
Okay, so you were not. I didn't know about the engineering. See, we all
Yes,
learned something tonight. I didn't
yes,
know about the engineering piece. So what?
yes.
What engineering? Mechanical,
Electrical,
chemical,
electrical, electrical.
electrical.
But
Oh, okay.
my jobs were at nuclear power plants.
Yes. All over.
Oh my, who knew?
Yes.
Who knew? And so the children really actually had that benefit because you did engineering before education, yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I
And that's
understand.
and
I did
that's
corporate
why
America
it
before that.
worked. That's why it worked so well when I got into the school system because I could teach them about real life experiences that I've had in the industry and also, from the education side.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And you can follow us. You ready for that?
I'm ready for it. Go for it.
All right. Our website is courageousexpectationconsulting.com.
Courageous
Email.
Expectations Consulting.com. Yay!
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I love it. 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 Okay, so y'all got to tell me about Let's Be Smart. That's their
Okay.
latest book that they did together. And okay,
Yes.
so I know you look like you're looking at it thinking you're seeing double and there's different color books. No, but there's a reason why. Explain it to me, Miss Jessie.
All right. We have two books, of course. The red book is the educational based book, and it deals mainly with school related, just guiding our students and giving them a purpose and just guiding them to to make decisions that will help them now and later in life. Okay. And go ahead.
And also, what we did, we started out with just one book, which was one that was faith based, which which stole our heart because we like faith based material. But
Yes.
once we thought about, with the help of other powerful minds, we decided to break it down to break it down to where we took the faith-based information from the school-based copy, because sometimes you run into conflicts with the school system.
Yes.
So when you're writing, you don't want to have any obstacles that's going to cause you to stumble.
That's right.
That's rule. That's definitely a major rule, is who your audience is going to be. And
Yes,
because
yes,
but the faith-based audience is out there. I'm a faith-based lady.
yes,
I'm all about it. But
yes,
it also limits your audience. It limits
yes,
you
yes.
from schools, and especially public schools specifically. So
Right.
therefore, we have
Both-
two versions. Yay!
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And both books have common sense knowledge that will help our students in every situation.
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome. So the Brinkleys come, they're married, so they come as a pair. They come as a
Yes.
team.
Yes.
So
We're no good by ourselves.
yeah, I know. It just don't work like that. A sidebar, I asked them, I said, now I need a picture of Miss. I said, this is the first time I'm gonna ever ask y'all to do anything separate. I need a picture of her by herself, and I need a picture of him by himself. I said, that's the only time. Otherwise, y'all can be together all the time.
Yes.
Which is a wonderful thing. But I want to let those who are in the school system, who are other educators that are looking
Yes,
for motivational speakers. These are highly experienced educators who can motivate your teachers as well as motivate your students and staff. So they are available for speaking because they're retired. They're ready
yes,
to help you
yes.
full time. And right now, the educational systems need you now more than ever.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
want you encourage you to reach out to Courageous Expectations Consulting. Expectations has an S on it, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Courageous Expectations Consulting.com. Buy their books there. Connect with them. Find them on Facebook. They're very active on Facebook. I can attest to that. Yay! And purchase their books, all 4 of their books, because they have them for the faith-based organizations as well as the
Yes.
public school
Yes.
systems, as well as if you're raising an African American boy, if you
Yes.
have an African American boy, if you know of an African American boy, you need all the help you can get.
Yes.
Boys, period.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what race they are, all boys.
Right,
So
right.
I didn't have a brother. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for being our scribe tonight. Courageous Expectations Consulting.com. Stephanie Jackson is also an educator and also an author of BK Royston Publishing. Yay! And we appreciate all your help, and purchase her book, The Power of Five, which is also motivational sidebar commercial brought to you by BK Royston Publishing. Yay! This is also just a reminder. I went live earlier. This is Black Child Book Week. So anything to support Black children is what we're all about. Not only just children's books, but assisting educators and parents and all that good stuff. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Is what we're all about this week. So meet the Brinkleys Saturday, March 5th at the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center in Montgomery, Alabama. They're retired, so they can travel anywhere. Hey,
That's
they
right.
can go and do for it. No problem, love. They can go anywhere, and they're happy to be in our midst. And we look forward to you coming out
Yes.
and meeting them. Be sure and invite others, especially educators and teachers. It's Saturday. I realize it, but come meet some educators, pick their brain. We love you. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye. All righty. So next up, we're going to add to the stream the latest authors, the Motenons. Did I say that right? Motenons?
Yes,
I
very
said it
good.
right.
Yes.
Yay! Mr. John and Miss Monette. Tell us, thank you so much. Tell us about yourselves and where you can find you on social media, and tell us about your book.
We are so new that our book just came out today. So that is how new we are.
Yay!
We just got it today. And
Yay!
we are working on our Facebook and our website, but our website's going to be pgfeducation.com. pgfeducation.com will be our website, and we'll have our Facebook page as well. Our book is actually looks like this. It's a
Beautiful.
beautiful cover, absolutely beautiful. And you go to the doctor and they ask you when you had your last tetanus shot.
Oh.
That's what you say. I don't know. When did you have your last shingle shot?
Yeah, shingle shot. When was your
What about
last
your parents? What
X-ray?
did your
Yeah.
parents? Did your parents have heart disease? This and that.
Yes, your medical
So
history. Yes.
all that information we have put in a book, simple for you to keep track of. We also have in here weekly tracking that you can do for your health, good health. We are going to really focus on several groups. One group is the sandwich group, we like to call it, and that's where you have children, but you're also helping your parents. And your parents are having medical issues and you're dealing with that. You're trying to keep track of that. I had one friend, she has 5 people she's trying to keep track of: herself, her grandson, her son, her mother. I'm sorry, 6, and her aunt. So when you're trying to keep up with all of that, it can be overwhelming. So the book will be great to keep up with all of that information and you just have it handy. We're also going to do some other types of things for people who are concerned about losing their book. We'll do some other things to help with that as well. We're going to also focus on nursing homes and senior citizen groups. And one exciting thing, we have our book in bound through Amazon, but we're also going to make a disc bound book. If you have heard of Happy Planners, where you just take the page out and you can rearrange it. We're going to do that as well. My husband, John, he has medical issues, so do I, but we found we were using the book as a prototype, and I had it as a 3-ring binder at first, but you had to go in and out, in and out. And then we changed it. We were going to do spiral brown, but then we went to the doctor and I hadn't transferred the information. My husband let me know 4 times the doctor asked for information that was in the other book. He was not a happy camper with me. Why do we have the book if we don't know the information? Why is it in the other book? So the disc planner, you can take the information out of one book, put it in the next book, and then you could keep updating your book.
Exactly. It's going to be a fantastic resource. Do a multiplicity of things. I just putting the book together, I saw so many things that I know that people need. That even if you're going to the doctor and then all of a sudden something happens and you become incapacitated and your child needs to know, I don't know, I don't have a clue. And and today's, especially in the COVID world, people have been unconscious. And and so therefore, if you're there or a family member is there or a next door neighbor's there, or they they don't have a clue as to what your history is, and we basically just have to grope in the dark and move until we can find next of kin. This book will help you. This health planner will help you. The blue, you can't miss that blue. It's beautiful. The cover is gorgeous, but that blue will help a family member know, get the health planner as we head out the door, so we'll be able to educate the doctor on how they can best meet the needs of my family member, because sometimes you may have to hand that over and you can't go in. I mean, when COVID first came out, nobody could go in. We had to just drop our family. It was horrible, but dropping our family members off in the ER, now we can actually have one designated person or one person visit. But back then we didn't have anything. They just had to drop them off and we had to leave. So this is a excellent resource, and you can get it right now at Amazon.com. We'll be looking for pgfeducation.com. You can find them You're going to be finding it on Amazon.com right now, but most importantly, you're going to find them on Saturday, March 5th at Montgomery Cultural Arts Center in Montgomery, Alabama. Please come ready and prepared, because you need to buy multiple copies for all the people that you are helping and you are supporting. Be sure and reach out to them on Saturday so you can purchase your copy, because we need this now more than ever. Thank you so much for being my
Thank
guest
you.
tonight. And
Our
be
pleasure.
on the lookout. Bye bye. See y'all Saturday. Bye bye. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All righty. Well, we're still in Montgomery. We're headed over to author and publisher, Miss Lucretia Shaw. Thank you so much for being on with us this evening. Tell us a little bit about you, where people can find your books. I know you have multiples.
Yes. Hello. I am from Montgomery, Alabama, born and raised, and from Selma, Alabama, the historic town. Um, but I am the owner and founder of Consult God First Publishing. That's www.consultgodfirstpublishing, where I help aspiring authors write and publish into their purpose. Not only that, also to provide that one-on-one author support with them as well. Um, I have also too self-published 12 of my books. They're all faith-based / inspirational, to where from all walks of life, whether it's dealing with relationships, whether it's dealing with your faith, whether it's dealing with how powerful prayer is, I mean, deliverance. I mean, it just goes all the way down from different areas of your life, because in this dark world that we live in, we're going to struggle with different things, and people struggle different. So I'm looking to serve and to be a light into this dark world that we live in, and to just share some knowledge. My latest book is called That's Not Fair, God. The reason why I named it that, because I've actually heard a lot of people that go through certain situations in life, because we understand that life is not fair with circumstances that we deal with, but God is fair. I make people really think and look a little bit deeper in seeing things from not just from, a bird's eye view, but from a spiritual aspect. Because a lot of times we have to look at different things from a different eyesight so that we can be able to start walking differently to get a different result. And that's my goal, to help individuals start walking in a different direction to get a different result. Because to be honest, a lot of things that we go through in life is not for us to understand. But me providing this material here to let people see things from a different aspect, and how, because God's ways are not our ways and his thoughts are not
No,
our thoughts.
no,
So,
they're not.
we look at it, when things go wrong in our lives, and we blame God for it. And that shouldn't be the case. So this book here is just solely trusting God when life seems unfair. Life is unfair. I can admit it, I can attest to it, but
Oh, I
we
know
have
it.
we have to continue to keep our focus on God, because he allowed certain things to happen in our lives for a reason. There's always a purpose behind the pain that you experience. So
Excellent, excellent. Okay,
I mean,
so tell people where they can find you on social media and your website one more time.
yes, website is www.consultgodfirstpublishing. You can find me on LinkedIn as Lucretia Shaw. Also to my Facebook page, author Lucretia Shaw. You can find me on that as well. I'm also on Twitter, on Instagram, of course, author_Shaw. And am I missing something?
No, let's see. Are you on TikTok?
Oh, look, I am on TikTok, but I don't really use TikTok like that. Look, Snapchat and
Just
TikTok,
want to ask.
I
LinkedIn,
can't do.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You
And
on those
Twitter.
four? Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, so spotlight one more book for me. What else do you have?
Well, Consult God First. This is the first book I ever written. It's actually dealing with relationships and how to wait for who God has for you. A lot of people don't really look at, that we're supposed to consult God in everything that we do. But
They forget about the
sometimes,
scripture, acknowledge God in all your ways, and he shall direct them. Uh,
Right. But we forget we don't consult him sometimes in our relationships, our friendships,
oh,
marriage. And we wonder why they don't prosper. They're not stable. They're not
uh,
healthy, and they're
uh.
not bringing any purpose out of it because God is a jealous God.
Yeah, he is. He don't play that. He don't play. Show the cover one more time. Consult God first.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Lucretia Shaw. Oh, she gonna tell us.
Yes.
She gonna give us some golden nuggets. Be sure and meet her on this Saturday at the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center. Oh yeah, I got something for you. I got plenty for you. Bring the kids. Bring grandma. We got something for everybody. And believe you me, relationships are difficult these days. Even in the virtual space, it can be real messy. But if we consult God first, acknowledge Him in all our ways, He will, He shall direct your path. Thank you so much for being with us, author Lucretia Shaw, author and publisher Lucretia Shaw. So glad to have you. Can't wait to, as they say, meet you in person and give you a big old hug on this Saturday. You be blessed and thank you so much.
You too. Bye bye.
All right, we're gonna keep moving along, keep moving along, keep moving along. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, if you're just joining us, the website again was consultgodfirstpublishing.com, correct? Is that correct, Lucretia? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Consult God 1st. So her publishing company is consultgodfirstpublishing.com. So I look forward to. So if you're just joining us, I look forward to seeing you in Montgomery, Alabama, at the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center. I'll bring on Dr. Nettles will be last, just to let you know. Dr. Nettles will be last, but I'm wanting to introduce you to some authors that will be there. All of them are not here this evening, but I wanted to introduce you just to a few who are able in their schedule to join us this evening. So you'll be introduced to their books, make a list of them. Even if you're not in the Montgomery area, find them on Amazon. Find those books to follow them on social media. Connect with them because they're going to be writing more books if I have anything to do with it, and they're going to be publishing more books if me and Lucretia have anything to do with it. They're going to be publishing more books and doing more great things. All right. So I am pleased to bring to the stage from the green room Miss Mary Wilson. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lucretia. I appreciate it. How are you, Miss Wilson?
I am doing fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Tell us where people can find you on social media, and if you have a website.
Okay, I'm Mary Ann Wilson. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, and I do have a website on, you can find me at marywilson.com. Also, I'm on Facebook, Mary Wilson. I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Instagram.
All right. Oh yeah, you're everywhere you want to be. So
Yes.
tell us about your book.
Oh, I'm so
Oh no, you
excited.
have two books. I'm sorry. Tell us
Yeah,
about your book.
I'm so excited to be here tonight. My first book that I want to talk about is COVID-19 Meet My God. And this book was a #1 bestseller on Amazon. It was released last year, and it's a testimony of my family's experience with COVID-19. And I'm a licensed master social worker, counselor, therapist, and I put a lot of coping skills in this book to show people how we can maintain our sanity throughout this pandemic. My family and I, 10 members of us, had it at the same time. And as you know, African Americans were dying at a higher rate than other people when this pandemic first came out. And so when I had it, I was really afraid I was going to die, but I had to connect with my faith in order to overcome my fear of dying. And that's what the name of this book is, COVID-19 Meet My God, Faith Over Fear. And it's on Amazon. And my next book is that I just finished publishing and releasing is called Brainwashed to Brilliancy and Recovering from Slavery. Well, this book is about really dedicated to African American males one of the things I want to do, and I have a vision to work with young African American males to teach those young children ages 3 to 12 effective coping skills so that we can change the trajectory of violence to brilliancy. I want to teach them coping skills, how to resolve conflict, how to manage anger and stress without the use of violence. And I go through the process in this book called Brainwashed to Brilliancy, Recovering from Slavery. This is also released on Amazon. So you can get a copy of this book. And I have another book that I published along with this book. It's called A Journey to Brilliancy. It's an activity book for young children because what I want to do, I want all the children to know just how brilliant they are, especially Black males, because they don't hear that enough. What they see is all this negativity on television, in social media, of depicting Black men as thugs and criminals and things like that. That has a significant impact on our mental health or their mental health. When they see these things, they begin to believe them. And we know right now the Black on Black crime rate is so high. We're losing so many African American males to violence. And now the suicide rate among African American males is extremely high right now. And the highest rate is between the ages of 5 and 12 for young Black boys. And so I've targeted young African American males so that we can try to change this trajectory of crime, to let them know early, at age 3, at age 2, at age 1, let them know just how brilliant they are. Because when you plant that seed of brilliancy, children believe what they hear.
Mm-hmm.
And if we start telling them early how brilliant they are, guess what? They're going to be doing brilliant things, and we're not going to see all of this violence. So we as a people, we have to step up to the plate. We got to do some things. We got to be proactive. And I've come up with a recovery plan to begin the process of us recovering from slavery, as well as recovering from this Black on Black crime and oppressing each other, the things that we see in our society right now. So my goal is to get in the school system and work with children beginning at age 3 in preschool, to give them a copy of this book, let them work it out, because when they get this activity book, it's going to take them on a journey to brilliancy, to help them understand how brilliant they are. And it will also connect them with their history of brilliant Black people. So these children will know you come from a strong, resilient heritage where,
Awesome.
you know, so this is what my books are all about. And I will be there and I will have copies
Yay.
of books and everything.
Yay. So how long have you been a social worker?
Oh, I'm a retired social worker right now. I've worked in the field for 40 years. I've worked in every aspect of social welfare, mental health, prison social work, DHR with child welfare services. So I've been down in the trenches, and I had this vision when I was working in the prison about young Black males. It's over 20 or 25 years that God gave me this vision that I can use my skills and my experience and my compassion to help our African American males, because I realized a lot of those inmates, they weren't taught pro-social skills. They weren't taught coping skills. They weren't taught that you are brilliant, that you should have a positive self-image.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Black males have been depicted throughout our history.
Horrible.
So now we need to do something. We know what the problem is, but this book is a solution. Okay. So it's a preventive thing that we can start using now with the young Black males coming up, letting them know, build their self-esteem up real early. So when they hear all this negativity, they won't believe it, because we will have already told them just how brilliant they are. And another thing I talk about is how we need to rebuild the village in our
Yes.
communities. Because when I was coming up, we had a village and everybody could help raise children and protect children. When we lived in the village, you didn't have people coming in our communities abducting children because everybody protected the children in the community. So we gotta step back and we got to rebuild the village, and then we got to be more proactive in trying to prevent all these crimes, because if we don't do something, I'm very afraid of what the black race is going to look like, because the black male is the head of the black family, and without black men, where's the family, where's the black family going to go? So those are my concerns, and I address a lot of these issues in this book, Brainwashed to Brilliancy, because we all have been brainwashed in some form, and we're still being brainwashed.
Right.
But we have to overcome those obstacles. We have to start recovering from all this negativity that we hear about us, because we know where we are royalty.
Mm-hmm.
We come from a strong heritage. Those people didn't go to Africa to steal people because they were lazy and shiftless. They knew they were strong, robust, hardworking people. And that's who we are.
Right. Well,
And
they
we
have to
know
be
what they
reminded.
picked us to
They
be.
say we have to be reminded of our history so that
Yes.
we can, so that we can continue to move forward and be the best.
Be the
That
best.
we can be the best that we already are. How about
That's
that?
right.
All right,
Right.
Mr. Barry Wilson will be with us on Saturday at Montgomery Cultural Arts Center. Be sure, get your credit card out. I got plenty of books for you. I got plenty of authors for you. Whatever your interest is, be sure and meet us on Saturday, March 5th. I'm sorry. And even if you're not in the area, look up Brainwashed to Brilliancy and be sure, is the journal out? Is the activity book out
The
yet?
activity book is not out yet.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
still working on it.
Okay,
But
but be sure and go to marywilson.com.
yeah,
And,
the part of the activity is in the copy for
oh, okay,
adults
great.
as well. It's in
Okay.
the back of the book.
Okay.
So the activity book is here for anybody to work it out.
Okay.
But I want the activity book to be in the hand of the children. I got it so that they will be able to understand it. They can go ahead and work
through
on
it.
this journey. So I want everybody to take a journey to brilliancy with me, because we are brilliant and we need to be reminded every day just how brilliant we are.
Excellent. Okay, so marywilson.com is your website, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So be sure and go there. Follow Miss Mary Wilson on social media. And if you're in the Montgomery, Alabama area, meet us at the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center on Saturday. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Dr. Nettles, you ready? You head from the green room? Let's go. Yay! Hey. All right. So you see, we got a variety of books available. We got books for everybody. Y'all know I write in all genres. So I got romance, I got Christian fiction, I got contemporary fiction, I got children's, I got business, I got writing, I got everything. So you just stop by my table. I don't even have to go through all my books. Just look up Julia Royston on Amazon.com and you'll see everything that I have there, or go to Julia Royston stores. So Dr. Vernette Nettles, how are you this evening, darling?
All is well. All is well.
All is well. All is well.
Yeah.
All right. So introduce yourself formally. I know you've been on my platform multiple times, but introduce yourself formally and tell us where people can find your website and find you on social media.
Absolutely. Burnett Clemens Nettles, parent, educator, and author. How about that?
Oh, look at you. You didn't do the last one, but I'm not gonna make you.
Okay, we'll talk about it. All right, so you can find me at www.vernettcnettles.com. You can also find my daily prayer website at www.vcndailypray.com. I'm also on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm going to get somebody to teach me how to do TikTok and Instagram. I'm not dancing or singing, but I will put the prayers up, and I understand that they still read them in TikTok and Instagram. So somebody's going to teach me this 2022. Yeah, my latest book is Prayers for a Friend, and that in that Prayers for a Friend there are 40 prayers. Prayers for a mother, prayers for a daughter, prayers for a son, prayers for healing, prayers for Thanksgiving. And each of those prayers, they're not very, very long prayers, but sometimes when we are in the midst of what we're doing, whether it is something good or something, it's a trial or a triumph, sometimes we just don't have the words. Sometimes I am just speechless. And the prayers in this book are just designed for us to have the words, to share the words with someone that you believe needs to have just a lift. And I got a lift last week because a very good friend of mine, who is also an author, who will also be there on Saturday, uses this book as a Bible study. And I was like, how are you using the Bible study? She said, we read each prayer, we reflect on it, we pray about it, and then we talk to each other about what that prayer means to us and how we can use it in our daily lives. And I was just done, because I just didn't think that was going to be a possibility. And Miss Julie Royston, I see that your wheels turning in your head about
I know. Yeah.
about
When I get in
yes,
this position, that's not good. When my hand goes under my chin, I'm like,
yeah,
"Ugh."
yes,
Sorry.
it's
Y'all
time
prompt me.
for my other devotionals to have a study guide, a prayer study guide, a workbook, and it's time, but it's a work in progress. So I am looking forward to that. That's something future down the road. And one of my three of my books are faith based, and then of course there is my book of poetry, which is unspoken words. And I say it's life's heartfelt whispers, because a lot of times we have words stored up. And I like to use stored up instead of bottled up, but we store them because we have some hesitancy about saying them. Sometimes it's fear, sometimes we don't believe people will understand who we are or where we are in this particular place in life. And a lot of the poems in that book speak about things that we only tell ourselves, or we only tell our bestest friend. And sometimes every now and again somebody will call me and they'll say, I read your book, but I didn't know you was going through it like that. It's like, but you store those things up. And so that's a part of what the faith-based books are about, in the books of poetry. So I'm very excited, very excited. I'm
Well,
very
I'm
excited
excited
about
too.
Saturday too.
Yay! I'm
Yeah,
excited to be coming down to Montgomery, Alabama on
yeah,
this week, and super excited always. If I travel a lot, and but I'm always excited when I come to Montgomery. It's amazing how many BK Royston publishing authors I have in the state of Alabama. Period.
yeah.
So how God moves, and I don't really even have any family in Alabama, but I know how we connected 3 years ago with the
Yeah.
National Black Book Festival, and then from there it has just been clearly a labor of love. And this will
It's
be our fourth event together, right? This
yes,
we've done this will be the third in person, but we've done one a writing workshop that we did together virtually,
virtually.
which was about 25 people, 25 people were on that. And so I'm super excited for
Very
everybody who's still here. I'm going to bring you back into the room with us. So be sure, and if you're in the Montgomery, Alabama area, if you can stop by, be sure and come to the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center on Saturday. Registration will begin at 9:30. The authors will be there at 9, but registration will begin at 9:30, and from 10 to 12 we'll be primarily doing the book festival. So browse the books, pick the brains of the authors. We'll be there. And then if you're interested in writing, we will be there from 10 to 12. And the writing expo is $15 for registration. There will be handouts and all that good stuff that'll be there, as well as materials, and we may have a few light snacks and all that good stuff for from 12 to 2. And you can ask me questions, pick my brain. I'll be there. Dr. Nettles will be there. Writing coach is the other title I've been giving her. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. And I know we're supposed to have a discussion about that later. But anyway, and you'll have an opportunity from 10 to 12 to purchase books. Then from 12 to 2, we'll be having a writing expo. So feel free to register at, why did I not put the, hold on a minute.
While you're doing that, let me remind them of the address again. It is the Montgomery Cultural Arts Center, formerly the Armory Learning Center, and it is at 1018 Madison Avenue, right next to the Farmers Market on Madison. And on the other side is the multiplex. Can't miss it.
You can't miss it. I'm hoping not to miss it. I've definitely got to be there so that I can make sure that I'm going to be able to clearly. I'll be there early. I'm leaving tomorrow, headed that way, headed in that direction. And so it's the book business. I got to put this down. The Book Business Boss Bookfest.com is the registration. Okay, where you can register right there for the Writing Expo. And I have that on Facebook as well. And give me a second, and I'll have that up on. There you go. That's why typing fast helps. Yay! So you can register there. Now, as far as the vendors are concerned, that's closed. But be sure and register for the Writing Expo. It's $15. And we'll be right there on Saturday morning, Lord willing, as the old folks say. And the creek don't rise. We look forward to these and even more authors seeing you Saturday morning. You have any questions? You can always email us at bkroystonpublishing@gmail.com or go to bookbusinessbossbookfest.com. We look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. Be blessed. Have a great evening. Happy reading and happy writing. You all be blessed. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.